In the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you.
Yes, good evening, and welcome to this very quick, special, impromptu, whatever you want to call it, Elite FPL podcast with myself, Steve-O. I'm fully aware that there are certain other podcasts going on right this second, but I couldn't care less because I really, really want to react to all what's going on right now regarding, of course, this man up on screen right now. Yes, Tottenham Hotspur have officially fired Pochettino. Ironically, I heard this news on the Planet FPL live stream. All I wanted to do was, I'd just come from a wonderful evening with my good friend Mr. Reed. Evening, Nick. And I was at Poppy's and we were just having a lovely evening, just taking the mick out of all things office, peep show, etc, etc. Get on the tube. Once I was actually out in the open, I just hit the old internet on, wanting to listen to Planet FPL, and then bang, just like that, find out that Tottenham have fired Pochettino, and I'm just thinking, what the hell is going on here? I generally have no idea what on earth Tottenham are doing. Clearly something's happened here. I'm not going to lie, I'm just going to steal a load of things that James has been saying, but he believes that essentially that something has happened where they think that they've already got a team in place to take over. Jose Mourinho seems to be the one at the top of the list as it stands right now. Now, I don't want to be talking. I want to get your calls on right now. So please, 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 if you want to come live on air and have your say about what's going on at Tottenham right now, all you've got to do is get in the Discord waiting room and we'll take your calls live on air. In fact, straight away, Dan's there. Before I get Dan on, I'm just going to read a quick statement from basically what Football 365 is saying. Tottenham have announced that they have sacked manager Maurizio Pochettino. The Argentinian has been relieved of his duties after 5.5 years in charge. Spurs, who were in the Champions League final only 6 months ago, have endured a tough start to the season and are currently 14th in the Premier League. Chairman Daniel Levy, who appointed Pochettino in June 2014, said, "We were extremely reluctant to make this change and it is not a decision the board have taken lightly, nor in haste. Regrettably, domestic results at the end of the season and the beginning of this season have been extremely disappointing. It falls on the board to make this difficult decision. This one made more so given the many memorable moments we have had with Maurizio and his coaching staff, but we do so in the club's best interest. So yeah, there we have it. Like I said, repeat the breaking news, which I'm sure you're all aware of, that Maurizio Pochettino has been fired. Good evening all, good evening everybody, and you can come live on air just like Mr. Bull. It's your social media assistant, and I'm going to bring him on live on air now. Evening, Dan. Evening, Danny, there. Ah, there we are, thank goodness. Dan, your reaction to this news? What are your thoughts on the fact that there could be the fact that they've actually already made an appointment already? Can't hear him. Hold on, Dan. No one can hear you. Brilliant. Just hold that thought. I don't know. Don't ask. Let's try Shazza. Shazza. Let's see if we can try Shazza. Shazza, you there? Shazza, you there? You just need to unmute your mic. You were there 2 seconds ago. Nope, Shazza is not there. If anybody wants to come live on air, by all means. I have no idea why Dan is not coming on air. It makes no sense whatsoever. I can only apologise for this. I know that Planet FPL were having some technical issues, of course. I then, of course, go and have technical issues as well. Let's just quickly find out what the people are saying in chat. But essentially, let's see what people are saying in chat before we get going. But Dr. PO74 saying Ancelotti in. You know what? That would be an amazing appointment. That would be an absolute stunning appointment in my opinion. I think that Ancelotti is an absolute superb coach. But down to money at the end of the day. Really all down to the money here. I know that, what do you call it? Blimey. Salah. I wonder if that's the real Salah. Are you going to be free this weekend, if I should bring you in or not? This is the first time you've heard this news. Blimey, where have you been for the last 2 hours? No idea whatsoever. But, yeah, like I said, if you want to come live on air, by all means, I'll be more than happy to take callers. Here's Shazza. Evening, Shaz. You're live on there. Before we chat, can everybody hear Shazza? Let me know if you can hear Shazza. Can you do all the talking for a minute? Jet 1212. Is Shazza there, everybody? Let me know in the next 6 seconds. If not, this stream is going to be cut early like every other blinking stream. J-Boy, yes, Pochettino has been fired. No one can hear anybody. Right. Unfortunately, Shazza, no one can hear you either. You're going to have to speak with Dan. How ironic when you actually want Jason to sort out what on earth's going on here. And yet, I have no idea why no one can come live on air. I had this issue before. Absolutely typical. Apologies for this. Yeah, Tyrone Smith making the point that will Pochettino now be going to Man United? Well, the talk was before the summer that Pochettino looked like he was all going to be coming onto this, and now all of a sudden, Solskjaer got the job. He wasn't fired, and then Pochettino continued at Tottenham, and now all of a sudden he's being fired completely out of the blue. And like most people seem to think, Levi has already got a replacement in right this second. Brandon Price, hi mate, I'm a Spurs fan. I think this could be a sign of intent from the board, so possibly not a bad decision. It's one of those where I think that there's been something going on at Tottenham for the last... It's been going on for well over a year. I mean, if I was to bring up... Well, I can't bring it up on screen, but what I can do is I can look over on my favourite website for all things statistics, whoscored.com, and I can find out their recent history regarding results, etc. But we all know that they're absolutely atrocious. let's just quickly find out exactly, to prove that point here, how bad Tottenham have actually done over the past, well, let's be honest here, since pre-season, which is what what do you call it? What the fixtures will give me this year, and yeah, it's atrocious. Since that's awful. Since the 10th of August, this is awful. Tottenham, in fact, let's take a guess, everybody. Since the 10th of August, how many games have Tottenham won? Everybody, have a guess in the chat. How many games have Tottenham won since the 10th of August? Just have a guess in chat and let me know what you guys are thinking. How many games Tottenham have won and I'll give you an idea of how many games that is. So that's 17, 18 games. How many games have Tottenham won in those 17 games? Brandon Price, you're bang on the money. It's 5. You have got that in one as well. 5. Tottenham have won 5 matches. They beat Aston Villa on the opening day of the season 3-1. They beat Crystal Palace 4-0. They beat Southampton 2-1. They then beat what they called Red Star Belgrade 5-0, and then them again 4-0. That's it. That is atrocious. That is absolutely atrocious. And I think, as Daniel Levy stated in his statement, essentially, domestically they've been performing so bad, and this has not been dating back this season. This has been dating back into last season as well, barring of course, the Champions League run where they had some absolute freak results. We all remember that last-minute goal from Lucas Moura that sent them through against Ajax, wasn't it? I'm no Tottenham historian or anything, but yeah, let's quickly find out how many games they've lost. No, it's only 5. They've drawn 5 and they've lost 5 and drawn 7. 1-5, lost 5, drawn 7. Absolutely atrocious record. And yeah, Daily Lama making a point, they've been riddled with injuries and it's at the cost of the stadium. Yeah. And obviously Daily Lama following up with basically saying Poch definitely would have taken them to another level in his opinion. Yeah, it's it's very, very true, although something was going on behind the scenes here, because we all saw it in their performances. Me and Yav straight away asking, like, we're all here for, let's be honest here, fantasy football, and should we still avoid Spurs assets like the play despite their decent upcoming fixtures? It depends who's put in charge. I mean, Jordan Booman straight away saying that Sky Sports report that Mourinho is a serious contender for the Spurs job. Well, let's be brutally honest here. They will be getting a top quality manager, and they'll also be getting a manager that likes to defend. So regarding FPL assets, certainly looking at their defence would be a high priority. Good evening, John Harris. If I was a Spurs fan, I'd be gutted. Poch done a great job with limited funds for transfer. That's another thing. That's what I'm a bit peculiar about. That if Mourinho does or has taken the job, he ain't going to get any money. He ain't going to get any money whatsoever. And I can't see how or why these particular managers would be going to Tottenham when they get no money to spend whatsoever. I mean, there was talk today, wasn't there? Some, I mean, it's all ludicrous tittle-tattle gossip, but apparently Harry Kane swap deal with Benzema of Real Madrid, something like him plus 80 million or 100 million pound. Absolutely ridiculous. You know, and this is the kind of player that you're going to be doing with. Davy P. Southgate for Spurs. Coincidence is right after the England game. If they did approach Southgate, it would be after the qualifiers. Yeah. Simon Anderson, exactly. Where is Boona? Where is Boona? Although, ironically, I can't even get him on air, even if he was here, to be honest with you. I can't see Brendan Rodgers, Chelsea Flyer, making the point here. The top 5 being Mourinho, Rodgers, Ancelotti, Eddie Howe, and Julian Nagelsmann. Rodgers, I can't see taking the job. Cannot see that whatsoever. Posh to AEW. Maybe Posh to Real Madrid. It's ironic, really, because I was supposed to be doing an FPL breakfast show tomorrow, leading up to Gameweek 13. But in fact, I probably still will be doing one, to be honest with you. So there's an exclusive for everybody watching now. There's probably going to be an FPL breakfast show tomorrow morning. So for our Southern Hemisphere fans, there you are, Nick. Sydney Hammer, for example. There may be a chance that I could get calls on, but for whatever peculiar reason, I can't actually get people live on air, or more to the point, I can get them live on air, but they can't seem to, you guys can't seem to hear them, and I have no idea why that is the case. It's very frustrating because I don't want to be, well, I'm going to go off air in a few minutes anyway, because it's a complete waste of time for me to be going on here, but I want to get people coming live on air just so that I can hear what other people have to say, especially people like Dan and whatnot. Let's just try Dan one more time, shall we? Hello, Dan. Can you hear me? Can everybody hear Dan? I'm trying to test if you're live on air, but I don't think you are, to be honest with you. I have no... Yeah, I think that... yeah, very frustrating indeed. I have no idea... Yeah, it's... Yeah, this is a complete waste. But there's 2 of you that are muted. That's the problem. Even when Shazza... No, it's definitely not from my end either, because I've already unmuted you. I've done everything to... Very, very strange. You carry on chatting with them, Shazza. There's the benefits, everybody, of Discord. Dan and Shazza can have a coherent conversation in the Discord. So anybody that wants to talk live to each other, then by all means narrate. Steve, absolutely no chance. I know Daily Line was just saying there about closing everything down. To be honest with you, I probably will be shutting up shop in about 30 seconds, to be honest with you. It's such a shame, really, because I really do want to be taking phone calls, but yes, funny how you use the mute button still. Yeah, exactly, completely agree with you. Brandon Price, do you think a new manager will sort out contract problems or what? No, because it's Levi at the end of the day. Levi wants to save as much money as possible. He will do anything to save a penny. It's absolutely crazy here. But yeah, Simon Anderson, bunch of flaming clowns. I think I'm going to wrap it up, to be honest with you. I only wanted to come on here for a few minutes. All I can say is this: go to Planet FPL. Planet FPL are streaming live right now. All I would say is go and watch them. Basically, go to their channel, because I wanted to do a quick live reaction to what's going on. I was expecting to get some phone calls on. Unfortunately, it wasn't the case. So go over to Planet FPL and tell them I sent you. Isn't that what certain other people do? Jason will understand that. Anyway, cheers everybody for watching this, and all I will say is have a good evening and take it easy. And probably see you tomorrow morning for a breakfast show, but it's probably going to be about 6:30 in the morning. So I can't imagine any of you being here other than the usual guys. So take it easy, lads.